Hey guys, it's TheDisconnect here. This is going to be a quick go over of the laning phase of a game of top lane that I just played. The game starts off with a gank into bot lane. My Leona pinged on her way, so I'm going to go with her. Let's see what she's got. We find Yasuo in a pretty bad spot. Makes no sense to send in, never do this. We instantly get his flash, awesome, that's free. But I think, well, he just flashed and we have a lot of damage. He's probably just dead here. So I take E, level 1 here. Leona flashes, and I think that she'd E, and I'd E her. Or, I'd E the Yasuo after she E's, and we kill. But she actually skilled Q by accident. She typed in chat that she skilled the wrong ability. Oh well, that's kind of bad. It happens, but the problem is now I've started E against Pantheon top. Note that I start Corrupting Pot in this matchup. I knew I was against AD, so I have armor, thankfully. We need Corrupting Pot in this matchup. It was either Panth or Aurelia. It could have been either. Corrupting Pot is a must. Starting Dorans is completely terrible. Do not do that. This is awful by me. I go toward this because I'm scared Ivern was just taking it. I wanted to have vision on this. If Ivern goes buff, it really screws my Talia over. We need this kind of vision. So while it's terrible for me, this was necessary. But remember, I could have done it over this wall. After invading, as the top laner, you should always go and try and ward this, but make sure you do it in the right spot. I did it in the wrong spot, and I ended up getting hugely punished for it. And as you can see, I lose all my health. He even runs at me with his Pantheon-based move speed and takes the other auto in. And this is why I wanted to show this replay. Guys, I'm starting the lane with 300 HP down, a Corrupting Pot down. I didn't actually use Corrupting Pot, sorry. We're 300 HP down against a Pantheon. Our wave is looking really bad because we're not going to be able to get back to this for XP. He's going to be able to zone us out. This is a horrible situation. And why I want to show this VOD is to show, don't get tilted as top Zilean. You might have 0 CS at 5 minutes, but I can promise you there's ways of playing around this. I've played over like 1,000 games with top Zilean. This happens, I don't know, 1 in 5 games. You get a lane this sad. And it doesn't get me down. I wasn't tilted this game at all. I was laughing, if anything. Wow, what a disaster. This just made me laugh. I'm just thinking to myself, wow, this is sad. But note that while it's bad, I make the best of a bad situation. He W's me. It's pretty terrible. Again, I'm losing 150 HP again. But I don't panic too much. I use my Corrupting Pot, and I get my auto attacks in, right? I get 2 auto attacks, and I trade back, 140 health. It's not terrible. It's something. I'm on the meters. I'm making sure to play into XP range here, and if we can look back, I did this again, and this kind of flies under the radar. This is something as a top lane you should always be thinking about. My brain's over here, but my thoughts are over here, right? This is where the mechanics are at, but my macro brain is thinking, these minions are dying and I need to be here. This is why you don't want to be using locked camera. If you're locked camera, this is all you see. This is useless. This is where my camera was positioned right now. I need to be able to see the minions. And I'm positioning myself in a way where I get the minion. So as you can see, the XP, I managed to get 1 minion. That's, I'm making the best of a bad situation. Again, he W's me, whatever, he's always going to W me. I take my trade in, I do my best with this, I get my auto attacks in, I proc the Airy. Stuff's happening. I use my Biscuit because I'm really low, so I'm getting health back, and we still have 2 Corrupting Pots. This is fine. This is why Corrupting Pot is so strong. Corrupting Pot does 125 health, plus 50%. That's 600 HP. It basically doubles my health bar, and more, level 1. I can take a ton of punishment and still be fine. And the Biscuits even add to that, so the amount of sustain I have on it, this looks really, really bad, but it's not that bad. He's running me out of lane, I just run away, that's okay. Right now, there's no point Eing him, because if I auto-attack, the auto-attack's too slow and he'll W me. And since I have no Q, I can't play around ranges at all. He's going to hit level 2, so I basically just have to concede the entire lane. But I constantly walk back in, and just make sure that I'm getting XP. Remember, the XP range is huge. I identify this minion. I make sure not to go too far back, so I'm still in range of the minion. Unfortunately, I don't get that one. He W's me again. This is an awesome moment, right, guys? Level 2 Pantheon versus level 1 Zilean with E. And let's see how this goes. Well, would you look at that? The Airy made us win the trade. I lost 150 health, but I'm pretty sure. He lost... Sorry, I lost 100 health. He lost about 220. Don't believe that? Let's have another watch. He dings level 2. And he walks towards me with 550 HP. Missing the Q was huge here for me. This was misplay by him. He should hold it for the melee, but I know now he doesn't have it, and I know if he W's me, well, that's fine. So I go in for the auto attack, knowing my strengths. I'm level 1, he's level 2. You might think this is suicide. W's me, he gets the auto attack, but that's all he can do now. He actually cancels its auto here. Huge misplay by him. But right now, I'm constantly playing back and forth. It's the reason why he cancelled his auto is he was trying to play back and forth too. Micro misplay by him. Makes him lose the trade. He loses 200 HP. Even if he got that second auto, he still would have lost the trade there. And bear in mind, I'm still level 1 and I don't even have an ability yet. Just through using Corrupting Pot and Airy, the amount of damage I get there is immense. Wave's pushing into me. I need to think about getting dived. And this is the thing you should be scared about. I control the lane all I want. I have 0 CS. Whatever, that's okay. It's getting dived that I'm concerned about. I know this is going to happen. I know there's going to be a dive coming in, so I'm going to do my best to get as much XP as possible and put myself at high enough HP that they can't dive me. That's what's on my mind. Right now, once again, we're not going for these minions. If I walk in and order these minions, he'll just W me and I die. We're just going in range. I'm constantly thinking about being in range. Nice, I get in range of that. I see this minion, I get in range of it. I E him just so I can stay in range, and now, finally I'm level 2, I can play the game. Instantly I go for a Q. Getting this damage in is so essential because once again I'm thinking about the dive. Ivan walking up. The lower he is, the safer I am in the dive. If he's low, he can't dive. Or if he's low enough, he'll go 1 for 1, you know? Classic thing that people do, and this is Zilean top all over. I have 0 CS. He has 8 though. That's terrible. 8 CS. Look at our Zed, our Ezreal. 16-16. He has 8, and his wave is fully pushed. He's missed a lot, and the reason why he's missed so much is because he's fighting me. I don't care I'm on 0 CS, I'm top Zilean, whatever. I got the XP, no problem. I'm down like, what? I don't know, maybe 2 minions. I think I'm down 2 minions. I missed 2 minions of XP in this lane. I've just not killed this yet, that's why he's up so much. He walks down. I don't really care about that. I warned my Talia that he could be walking down, so always do the pings. Make sure to not just ping question mark on your lane, ping the direction they're going. So I ping careful, careful. That means that there's a threat of them walking down. We have no idea Ivan's here, by the way. But I kind of had the vibe that he was. Classic thing, I talked about this in the last video. We E Pantheon and we Q him. No outplay. His champion simply cannot deal with that. This was a huge mistake by me. This is where the whole plan that I had kind of fell apart. I got W'd. There was no reason for this. I should have just played out of his range, like I was just talking about, and if I didn't do that, I would have had way higher HP and been in a way better spot. Well, I see the wave, and you know, I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to die. There is no way to live here, and I'm not conceding the wave. I could leave and TP, but by that point, I will have missed too much. I'm just going to go for the 1 for 1. I don't think this is possible for him to not 1 for 1 here. Just due to the nature of champ. I don't even use my spells on him. It doesn't matter. All you do, right, is I wait for him to W me, and I just E him. I E him, and I flash away. He has to flash here. And he flashes on me. It doesn't matter what he did here. If he flashes or doesn't flash, we both die. Sure. In general, this is not good for me, by the way. As a top laner, if you get dived, and all these minions die, this isn't worth. Well, you might think in your head, well, it's a 1 for 1. No big deal. I miss all these minions. This is beneficial for him. And this is really why I wanted to look at this VOD again, right? So, already, bad mistake level 1. Bad mistake again. Get dived, miss XP. We think, maybe the lane's over. We're level 3, we're versus level 4 Pantheon. We have 3 CS at 4 minutes. But guys, this is the strength of Zilean. This is why I love playing him. We're totally fine here. And I know we're fine here. I TP back instantly, because this is what I need to do. I need to set up a slow push, and this is where Zilean tops out his strongest. Pantheon could TP here, but it's sort of pointless. He's going to get nothing done. His jungler's nowhere. He can't dive me solo. He has no kill pressure right now if I'm this close to the tower. There's kind of no point TPing. And he might be thinking, well, I'm happy having the TP advantage. Fair enough. And he's going to think, well, I'm just going to collect the wave, or I'm going to freeze it when it slow pushes back. As we can see already, look at my XP. Level 4 and a little bit. Level 4 and a little bit more. We're only down a minion or 2. Amazing how that happens. Because he actually missed a lot under the tower as well. So just due to the fact that we TP'd, we're doing fine on XP. Honestly, we're about even. But we have this huge wave, and since we have Corrupting Pot, we have Biscuits, do not be scared, guys. If you had Doran's Ring here, the lane's already over, you would have lost years ago. Right now, just because of the way that I've set up with my runes, I'm just invincible. And we'll see what happens, right? So Pantheon goes to ward here, because he doesn't want to get ganked. He didn't know where Taliyah reset to. Just making sure. I respect that. It's a deep ward. Means he can't get ganked. He thinks the lane's still how it used to be. He's thinking that, yeah, I can just go bully the Zilean again. No, it's not like this anymore. I'm level 4. He doesn't win. He E's too early. Makes no sense. Now I've got this huge wave advantage. I ping Vision because I didn't know exactly where he warded. I just wanted to make sure that somebody knew that one of these things was warded. It turned out I was wrong. It was this one, but I didn't know where he went. That's just explaining why I pinged that. Alright, now we have the lane prio. We should not be letting him do anything. I identify this cannon. I want to make sure that either he loses loads of HP. Unfortunately, I give him that one, though. I did think about it at the time, but then I thought I really don't want to die, so I need to go ward. He's trying to freeze this wave. We're level 5. He's level 4. We have Corrupting Pot. There's no way. So we play right up in their face. I see my Taliyah coming in. Even without either jungler here, this is totally good for me. He's screwed himself. This is his TP forced. He's lost too much HP, and I'm just going to bully him under the tower. Let's say he walks back round. Well, I'm just going to use this wave while he's under the tower, and I'll probably kill him under the tower or force him to leave before he wants to. If he turns on me here, I just kill him. His CDs are too high. I have Corrupting Pot on. I don't really care that I'm missing minions. I have 11 CS at 5 minutes. But due to the way I've played the lane, he has 15. This is what I do every ranked game. I drag them down to my level. I have 11 CS, he has 15. We're fighting in the river. Everyone's missing CS. I don't care. Whatever. Everyone's getting screwed, but Zilean doesn't care about getting screwed. Most other champions in the game do. Oh well, my jungler gets a kill. I'm 11 CS, no problem. Remember, while I'm 11 CS, I'm good on XP. I'm level 5. Look at Zed's XP. I'm up XP on the Zed. But I'm down 1,000,000 CS. Because the gold doesn't matter, the XP does. We leave, we know Pantheon's going to TP, that's obvious. He missed a bunch of minions of the tower, blah blah blah. And just from this point, all I want to show is that from a horrible, horrible lane start, we've managed to come back and we are up almost half a level in a matchup that started unplayably terrible. And this wasn't because we got a gank, because we got him solo. Even if there was no gank here, he was out of the lane. And it just goes to show that the way that you itemize on Zilean in top lane makes or breaks the champion. If I had a Doran's Ring here, I would just have died under the tower with no 1-for-1 because my stats are just too low. I don't have enough HP. I wouldn't have been able to win the fight when he W'd on me because of the Corrupting Pot and the AoE damage, etc. This is how Toplane Zilean works. And from this moment on, I'm just going to outscale him. I outscale Pantheon. He's so behind, and he's itemizing for the matchup. This is a lot of champions need to itemize for the matchup. He buys Mercs because he knows that I just E him, and that's that. So he buys Mercs to try and counter that. You can buy Swiftness as well to counter Zilean too. I think they're both really good buys first. And it just makes him so awkward against the enemy team though, because, you know, Ezreal, Zed, and he's buying Mercs first. It's too clunk. And this is what makes me laugh, right? I'm playing Zilean, and I'm just forcing the enemy to make horrible misplays all the time. It puts them out of their comfort zone. They're missing loads of CS. They're missing XP. They're buying weird items for the matchup. Zilean thrives in that environment. The point of this video is to show, don't get tilted when you get behind. Don't think I'm only 11 CS at 5.5 minutes, because this is a Grandmaster game. We ended up winning this game. And yeah, I think this was really funny. Maybe there's not too much to learn from it in terms of, like, this is a pretty unique case. But it's generally just showcasing the build and the runes. Because a lot of people really question how I play some matchups. And this is how you play a Pantheon matchup in top lane. Obviously, it was not ideal. But even in a not ideal circumstance, it works perfectly. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you again next time.